need to get me a Jacob sniper rifle, because me and Hyro figured out this weird glitch. I shouldn't say me and Hyro, I should just say Hyro figured it out. But he showed me how to do it, and I can tell people what gun they need to do it. Because you need a specific type of Jacob's glitch sniper rifle.
Everybody good?
Hopefully we can get one.
I'm Janie Springs, junk dealer. Who are you?
The name's Jack, babe.
Well, nice to meet you,
Jack? So what are you doing here?
There's a
jamming signal? Haven't noticed anything like that. You might want to get to Concordia, a little city run by a fella called the Merith. Gotta be somebody there who can help you. You'll need an O2 kit, Oz kits we call them, to survive the journey. I've got some broken ones stashed nearby, but I can repair them for you. Even if you ain't the breathing type, you'll be glad you've got an Oz kit. Head to these coordinates and clear the place out. That building used to be in one piece and not lava adjacent, till the Kraken had it. I forgot I locked it. Whoops. Just punch off the locks with your meat hooks. That's moon for hands. Did you kill all those baddies for me too? Not excited about being mauled again.
What is wrong with the dialogue?
One Oz kit. Great for breathing, double jumping, and slamming enemies. Now, to repay me for saving your life, you're gonna end someone else's. His name's Deadlift. He's nearby, and he's an asshole. He's also got something I'll need to get us into Concordia. You cleared the place out? I'm coming down. Just bring the broken Oz kit to me, and I'll repair it for you.
Deadlift leads a band of scavengers and scats who used to raid the old Dalvik site. Colonel Zarpedon imprisoned them, but they escaped when they was digging cut to the moon.
I'm sorry, Zarpedon?
Anyway, he's got the Digistruct key for my Zuni stations. Killing him will get you to Concordia and make my week. Win-win.
I don't think you ever told me why you want Deadlift killed.
He's kind of a dick.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, wait, what?
Well, he also stole my Moonzoomy Digistruct key, stranded me out here, and got really rude when I told him I wasn't into guys, but mainly the being a dick.
Wait, what?
Emma? Bad guy chill.
I'll be back at my camp.
Vault Hunter, this is Colonel Zarpedon.
Hee.
Must leave Elpis. Things are about to get much worse. I don't want to kill you if I don't have to.
Really? Because
You've already, killed a whole bunch of people.
This is Colonel Zarpedon. I need you to kill the Vault Hunters headed for your ship.
Get this up. I ain't taking orders from the chick who threw me in prison.
They said your jump pads are stupid.
I will annihilate them.
I think you're about to get annihilated, bud. face.
Do I spy mercenaries approaching the ship? I will soar into the air. Crush them with a punch there. I will. This is tough.
You boys in your cool spacesuits and your muscles. You think you're strong? I can take you. Take on attack!
Stop.
I will obliterate you!
Reverse engineering.
Sorry, I was trying to get the fire rate bonus from emptying it out. ShamWow. Hey, rookie. What do?
Uses that jump pad as his front door. You might want to do the same.
No, wait.
Not making an ice bun, not this time. Let's double the doubles.
Oh my god, he actually hit me in the air with that.
Obviously.
I disabled the jump pad. Forgive me, jump pad. I didn't mean it.
Crap. Better head up to that geothermal substation, see what the damage is.
What?
If you complete the circuit between those two live wires, it should reactivate the jump pad. Just between the two sparky bits.
Is that gonna burn me or anything?
Gonna hurt lots.
Oh, I should steal some of this tech.
Now just go kill the guy so you can get to Concordia.
Why are those Hyperion screwbags still alive?
Not making an ice bun, not this time.
I love how they give all the glitch SMGs the baby maker skin, which the IVF also has the baby maker skin.
Ain't any around, but I can throw you real far though.
It just doesn't say TDOR on it. The glitch ones don't say TDOR along the upper side of the gun on the gun rail. Not do you. Also, I forgot to... Sometimes I think responses, but I forget to say shit.
There he is. Just kill his dumb ass and I can get you closer to Concordia and find that jamming signal.
Those vault hunters died today. Or my name isn't Cephalus Deadlift McAvoy.
God damn it, that thing reloads too fast, dude. Fight me like a man. We've been dealing with a lot of cloudy days over here, though. And the fucking cloudy days suck.
Am I glad to see that? Pick it up.
My plants.
You can turn on one of my moon zoomies at the Dara way station.
Well, I shouldn't say my plants, like all of them. Because it's only one type, but my ornamental gourds and some of the pumpkins had like a little bit of mildew on them. The past couple days, like, it's nearly taken over the bottom halves of most of the plants. I spray them for it, but you can't use too strong of a solution on those ornamental gourds or else they turn yellow from the spray and not just because of the mildew, so it's like a double-edged sword. You have to hit it right on the money. And you have to apply it at the right time. Need some hot sun to cook the leaves real good. Do I want to get that? I've gotten a legendary out of that chest before that this thing drops. Wait, does that thing have loop on it? It does. I wonder what type of loop. Oh, fuck. God damn it. Kaboom! Right in the brain.
Oh, this is the last will and testament of Tom Thorson, Doll Captain. Deadlift scabs are boarding my ship as I speak. Whoever finds this echo, please, find it in your heart to honor a doomed man's last wishes. Just press the next message button when you're ready.
Yeah, sure. What's the worst that could
Small
happen?
dial cop.
Thanks. First off, I need you to inform Colonel Sarpedon of my death. Plug this echo recorder into a transmitter and convey the message.
Tap. Click. 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 Oh, I missed. So good aim. Very, very strong. Hyro, weren't you eating bread earlier?
Bad guy, chill.
I'm gonna kill myself with one of these reloads, you watch.
So you survived Craig and Pass, big deal. I dare you to come over here and try that crap. Get over here so we can avenge Deadlift in his sick-ass spacesuit.
Throws the bad guy.
Ah, crap, I didn't think you actually come.
Honestly, once you start making more money, I'd just start telling him off and being a dick about it. Don't share anything you make with him. Oh no, this is normal loot. Easy. I didn't lose any bullets.
Thank you for informing me of Captain Dorson's fate, Vault Hunter. Though you will not have my mercy, you do have my respect.
Once you've told the Colonel of my death, I'd like you to avenge me. It looks like Squat, Deadlift's lieutenant, is boarding my ship right now. If you could track him down and kill him, I'd appreciate it.
Oh my dick, sausage, salon burgers.
Thanks for killing Squat. Jeez, I can hear it now. Okay, final request. I need you to find a guy named
Dick
Nell.
sausage, slong snurgers. What's up? Ma'am? Oh, fork in the dick basket. Tisket, tasket, fork in a dick basket. No! We did it. Now tell him he's a dick. While I'm suffocating.
You're a dick. Sorry.
That's that. Sorry I can't give you a reward, but, you know, I'm dead. Still, thanks.
Vault Hunter, I want to thank you for fulfilling Captain Thorson's last wishes. Head to the following coordinates. My men hid this weapon stash months ago. You can have them until I take them back.
You gross.
Give me another Jack. Jack here. The real one.
The real one?
Who needs a hero?
Let me know if anything catches your eye. Come back any day. Welcome, customer.
Ignore that. Just smack it.
Hyro never really played Nisha, so.
Good on ya. Now just get a vehicle and come on back. If you want to
I
kill
don't
some
think he
dragons
can
while you're out there, I'm
tell
with
ya.
Jack.
What is it?
There are too many variables to allow for a complete overhaul of the prototype system. Make sure the stuff.
No, that's not the point. The newer versions don't have the space or flexibility I need to make this work. I need...
Sorry. Perhaps if you rerouted some of the L cache and bypassed memory sequencing.
Yeah, well, hey, that might actually
What's a
work.
low-level Hyperion?
See, Hyro, I told you only need the boost. You would have thought I was gonna fail and die right there, wouldn't you? You don't believe, Hyro. I mean, there really is only one build you can do with Nisha, though. Because how the order tree works. You just change out a skill or two and then a class mod to really change how she plays.
Whoa!
But again, that's mostly just due to how her left skill tree works and is sort of her only way to regenerate HP.
Take this. It's an Orbitron. It'll get you into Concordia. Alright, just jump that cap with your vehicle and you'll be well on your way to Concordia. Once you get there, you should be able to find the jamming signal.
Or whatever you said. I'll meet you there later. Oh, and Jack Double Guy, if you ever need to get that plastic surgery reversed, I know a guy.
Yeah,
that's thanks. I'm pretty sure there's a bomb in this face that'll detonate if you try to take it off, but thank you.
Jump. Oh! Before I even hit the ground.
Alright, welcome to Concordia, a crap hole if I ever saw one. Find a guy named Huckster. He's ex-Hyperion, runs the town.
Well, I mean, if you want like a flight equals always to just come out of nowhere and just snipe you and have no way for you to get back up or do anything, because Order really is the only way she can get out of those situations. Being that her skill doesn't automatically restore her HP, you can only make it restore her shields. You can make it restore HP on kill during it, but that you have to get a kill, and sometimes you can't do that. Personally, I don't like her mainly because she doesn't do well with Tord and other slow projectile weapons due to how the auto-aim thing works. But at the same time, it's not like she has a bunch of projectile speed increasing skills, which would be way cooler. Sorry, I need a new drink. Athena is fun, but you have to know how to be not just one.
Yes, this is Concordia.
Like if you're doing a melee build, you're still not going to be meleeing all the time.
For all those tickets you've accrued.
Using the Orbitron. Things will get weird, just so you know.
Consider yourself totally cleared for decontamination.
Ooh! Told you I'd get you in. You're on your own now.
The only thing that sucks is the lack of skills that reduce shield delay in melee trees.
Welcome, new citizen.
Or the lack of roid shields that have really long delays that are like 10 to 15 seconds. Which is what roid shields should have.
Do not move when Bill comes.
Yeah, and you're bad at melee characters, Hyro, because you use your melee too much.
When you need medicine, you come see. Only a serious though. Nurse need a head big babies. Unless they're real babies. Nurse need a love them. You hurt. Here, take.
You only build up the elemental stacks if you use an electric weapon. So you'd have to use an electric weapon until you got a bunch of stacks and then swap over to a Quio. Quio. I'm a baby. Swap over to a cryo weapon. I know I
So,
had
Huckster, the guy you need to
a
find,
stream
calls
Athena
himself
that was going for a while, but I just sort of stopped playing it.
Stupid, whatever. But he might know how to track down the signal. This guy's
And I was
still
trying to
pulling
do
down
a
the
Maelstrom
fabric
build.
plan from Hyperion from my division. I'm basically his boss. He's pretty much on the team already.
But for me, it's just like, it's too much weapon swapping for not enough benefit.
Visitors from hell.
There we go. Solo, I mean, doesn't... You don't get increased badass rank for playing in multiplayer.
So, here's the thing. No visitors today.
Whoa! You're one of us, you stupid name son of a bastard!
Son of a bastard. Son of a milkshake. Son of a dandelion.
Yes.
Son of a creme brulee.
Help us, unfortunately.
Son of a enchanté. How do I get back that way?
Where the hell's Mox? Oh, wait. Hey, you see those two on the dance floor? The tattooed chick and the guy literally just smiling? Oh, they're ex-vault hunters. Go see if they'll help. Oh, finally. Late and lucky looks a freaking face card.
Hey there, kiddos. Hyperion are losing Helios to Dahl.
No comment.
We need to stop the signal that's jamming its system. Bitches.
We're on vacation together.
Yeah, sorry.
Tentacles?
Go talk to Moxie. Damn it!
You can see the slot machine rolling.
Looking for me, sugar?
I mean, this game is a co-op game. It's co-op first, solo second.
Challenge.
Oh my goodness. There ain't no lonely.
Money is power.
Dustin, how are you always so lucky? What the hell? One fell all the way back here. I was just checking all around me. Excuse me. Ooh! How nice of you, game. Also, I don't know if you realize how much money I have, Pyro. Oh my goodness. Now I don't have money. Axton's one of the best characters in Borderlands 2. You can do all of Digistruct Peak with just a Hornet. That's all you need. A Hornet. Hornet, a couple fastballs, maybe a magic missile if you need group slag.
Holy sh! Hi, I'm Jack, obviously, and I need your help. Are you sure we're not still dating?
Okay. Borderlands 2 has more content.
Helios.
The pre-sequel has funner characters.
Signal. Jeez, you're
except for
pretty.
Wilhelm.
Wait, I can't take the hotness. Help, make it stop. Stop trying. Help, help, too much hotness. Help.
You want to find a signal? Then you gotta put transmitters on the echo towers around town. Get up high. Simple triangulation. They'll find the source, then you can shut it down. Thing is, I don't have any transmitters here, but that's fixable. First, I need you to pick up some moonstones mistakenly confiscated.
The characters work better
Head over there and I'll update your echo. Trust me, it'll make
together in the pre-sequel than they do in Borderlands 2. Where in Borderlands 2 there are characters that actually work against each other and prevent other characters from getting certain benefits in their skill trees. So you're only allowed to go certain skill trees on certain characters when you're playing with a bud, pretty much. This game, the characters are way more flexible.
The stash, huh? That's where you can store items you want to swap between other characters. Not sure why you put the moonstones there.
On Jack, for example, I can start in this skill tree, I can start in this skill tree, and I mean, I can start in this skill tree too, but I won't have any health regen for a while. But both these skill trees give you health regen. And a good chunk of it. But it's not only that, it's just how Borderlands the pre-sequel is balanced. In my opinion, the pre-sequel has better balancing. The Borderlands like franchise initially with the first game, you weren't reliant upon 1 or 2 guns to beat the entire game. Yes, there were guns that were drastically better than other ones, like the Ogre and other things. But other legendaries were still usable. You could still kill enemies relatively quick with that shit. There were just ones that did it better, and those were the ones that people used. In this game, and Borderlands 2, I think they sort of lost that point, and the amount of legendaries that are just like, this is a fucking joke, it's not even usable, went off the chain. Seraph items, like a complete unique rarity, over 70 to 80% of the weapons being useless. Cumbersome to get, and annoying to get, if you're just trying to play by yourself. It's To me, it's one of the worst designed things about the Borderlands games, is Borderlands 2's system of doing that. Easily one of the worst designed things. I think the implementation of glitch guns was way better. If you're going to implement a new gun type, just drop it in that DLC. Don't make me pick up a bunch of specific crystals that I can only get from a specific DLC to buy items that show up in normal mode, but you can never get the crystals to buy the items that show up in normal mode, even though there were only specific items that show up in the Seraph vendors in normal mode, like the interfacer and other things. It's so fucking stupid, it's unbelievable. And a multitude of people have complained about this that were big YouTubers, not just me. But were they ever gonna fix it? No. And that's why the community took it into their hands with the PC community patch. Because it's honestly fucking retarded. There's so many small things about that game that could have been so easily made better, and they just weren't. The bloated HP values on enemies. The excessive HP regen. It's not even that HP regen was bad. It was the fact that if you did not have increased elemental damage, your dot wouldn't be able to out-damage their HP regen if they had more than a normal bandit's worth of HP. Which was another fucking problem. Like, don't get me wrong, I might sound salty as fuck right now, and I like Borderlands too. But when people talk about it being the best Borderlands game, it's the best Borderlands game because it has the most content. Period. And that's the only reason. If the pre-sequel had as much content as Borderlands 2, I guarantee you people would be playing Borderlands the pre-sequel more than Borderlands 2. It has better dynamics for boss fights with the way the double jump mechanic works. It's already shown off in most of the boss fights in this game. Like, it's not even comparable. In Borderlands 2, you just sit there and you get hit by a boss, you flop out your grog nozzle and you fucking get your health back and then you flop. It's just, it's not even close to being the same type of gameplay late game in both of the games. Because characters actually fucking work in this game. It's the same thing in the first game. Characters worked. They might not have had, like, crazy good skill trees or something like that. Also, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in the game right now. I'm being an utter retard. I'm focusing more on just ranting about stupid bullshit, because it is something that has fucking bothered me, and is one of the reasons why I can't stand going through the overpower levels. It's just a bunch of min-max garbage on most of the characters that require you to get very specific items because they're the only items that are good enough to beat the fucking game. And yeah, there's the videos that people made that they're like, you can use a white sniper rifle to kill people in Southpaw Steam and Power. That's not the fucking same. It's not the same. I get so pissed at it. I'm glad that people like Jolts do to avoid that kind of controversy, because there are a lot of people who just simply won't talk about the fact that the developers really fucked up, and they just refuse to listen to people, even though people brought up many issues for a long time.
Trespassing on government property will result in your immediate death. Thank you.
And I mean, some little shithead like me who just sits here and rages about video games half the time shouldn't need to tell you that there were major problems with it. People call me smart, and I'm not trying to blow smoke up my own ass, but if I'm so fucking smart, then there should be at least 20 other people who are smarter than me that are at these companies, because they went through fucking college to get to that point in the first place. But then again, they probably spent half of their time drinking fucking beer and doing a bunch of other bullshit anyways. So, what the fuck does it matter?
It's a thing that makes the trip, that's it?
It's just, like, shitty breeds shitty. And when people don't listen and people refuse to, like, boycott something until someone listens, It's just like people making fun of Randy Pitchford. It's like you think that gets back to Randy Pitchford, and even if it does, you think he gives a shit. He's not even a person who does barely anything when it comes to Borderlands development. He's just the guy who's like, yeah, I do this, and this is what the new game has in it to offer. Alright, I go now.
Head up to the control panel I've marked on your Echo. Activate it so I can
He's not even someone who, like, you see, when you go and look at the end of a Borderlands credit screen, how much of that do you think Randy Pitchford actually did anything, or had anything to do with, or influenced at all? Randy Pitchford wasn't the guy that the reason is the game looks like the way it does. This game was originally going to look like a Gears of War sort of thing. And one person on the development team changed the whole thing for the game. So again, how much actual input do you think he has on anything? People are so fucking stupid, it's unbelievable.
Well, looks like it's working again. Go shut it down. Also, status updates still getting shot at. So if you wanted to hurry, that'd be cool.
Oh wait, I already got that one, never mind. I don't know, I just get so fucking sick and tired of that kind of bullshit, man. I really do. It's gotten to the point where you can't like do anything in a fucking video game anymore without being reminded that the developers didn't give a fuck. And it's disheartening now, because it used to be the opposite. It used to be you couldn't help but see where the developers were like, yeah, we cared. Like, we didn't have the memory or the programming to make it look the way we wanted, but we cared. We tried. Now it's like they don't even try. They just fucking... There's so much middleware and such a lack of programming put into stuff nowadays. It's not even... Like, there is programming put into it, but not in the same way that people used to have to sit there and, like, just crunch ways in different ways to get something to load or work into your video game world. It didn't used to be as easy as clicking shit down in a game engine. People that act like... Yeah, you can make a good game with Unreal, but when a AAA company uses Unreal and makes a game that's still glitchy as fuck, but then you have small companies that use the same engine that don't make games that are glitchy as fuck, and you just sit there scratching your head like, well, who is... Where's guy that press numbers in keyboard? Who's that guy? Did he get let off for a couple weeks, or did you hire the intern, or what happened? Like Ubisoft, how the fuck do you have a game be like people pre-ordered it, right? If you lived in Russia and Ukraine and you bought and ordered the Crew 2 ahead of time, the Gold Edition, you paid a lot of money for that, right? You couldn't even play the game. And even if you could, your pre-order stuff didn't work. So, for 2 weeks after the game was already out, people in Russia and Ukraine couldn't play the Crew 2. They just couldn't connect. Every single time they'd boot the game, they'd get to the start menu, they'd go to hit start your story, and the game would just crash to the 34878-0 fucking bullshit. And it's just like, it took To pay for a full price product and to not even give people something in return for free, like it's not like they gave people a free car for making it so that their pre-orders didn't come on time. No, they haven't done anything. In fact, they haven't even acknowledged it since they fixed it, because apparently that's not fucking important anymore. Denying, if I bought internet for 2 weeks, if that was even a thing, if I bought internet for 2 weeks, or let's say I had internet for a year, 2 weeks of that year I didn't have internet, you better bet I'm talking to some fucking person on the phone and making sure that I get some credit back on that. No, I have no clue who you are, dude. You probably changed your YouTube name or something.
Sorry, people of Elpis. This is the only way.
I don't even remember that.
Go, G's.
Man.
Oh, how did they know about... Yeah, I'll get back to you. What?
That must have been like a year ago or something.
The whole bloody moon shook.
Whoops. Let's go this way.
Yeah,
Gotta get a
so,
vehicle.
Not good. Sarpedon's troops have taken control of the
Vehicle.
Helios. It's a big frickin' laser in the heart of the space station.
Actually, let's go get a new
It's
flacker,
core.
since we can do that
Try not to
immediately.
panic, but,
I'm Sybil, leader of the Liberation Front of Concordia. We're Mother Nature's little helpers, and there's a species on the brink of extinction in desperate need of rescue. I'm sending a set of coordinates to your Echo. I'll lay things out properly when you get there.
Oh. Smooth landing. Perfect landing. Expert. Hold on, I need to fire the ammo out of this first.
Reverse engineering.
All right. Needed the taxation of trade routes. Jack, the really long skill name character.
Liberation Front sources notified us of some
Unless it
indigenous
was
groups
recent,
known
man, no.
as cuties. You know, I never heard of them, but they sound...
I'm sorry.
And their natural habitat is being wrecked by horrible corporate sludge. We need to put a stop to the pollution, and time's running out. This used to be a dowry. Before the conflict, naturally this was...
I have bad memory for small talk.
Show them no mercy.
Again, as like fucking bloated ego as that sounds, really my brain only remembers really nonsensical details about random things. And I really can't help that. That's why I've always been good at learning when I was a kid, because I can remember stupid details about things. It's when someone tells me to like, oh, blah 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 blah, something. I talked to you the other day, and it's like, unless I talk to you every day or like get used to a person being around me, I just forget about people. I don't know. I've always had a weirdly loose attachment to people anyways, ever since I was a kid. Partially due to the fact that I used to be around animals a lot when I was a kid, and I sort of learned to treat humans like animals in a way. as fucked up as that sounds, I don't like... People act like you should give a lot more respect to a dead human than you should a dead anything else. And if it's like, if I don't give respect, or like, not respect, what I mean is like, when I go out and catch a grasshopper and feed it to my spider in my spider terrarium, I don't like sit there on my knees and like cry about losing this grasshopper. And it's the same way that I feel about a random person I didn't know. It's like, sorry you lost a person, but I can't feel sympathy for you because I can't care. It's just another like thing to just be recycled on the earth. I mean, what else do you want me to say? I'm very grim when it comes to that. Again, I've dealt with animals that died and gave birth to new animals and did that kind of shit all the time, so I don't know, you get weathered to death in a way. Again, it's less of a care thing, because people will say, well, that's just because you don't care, and it's like not like that. It's in the same sense where I feel like some people care way too much about certain specific things about life and then not enough about other ones. Like, the amount of people who would defend to death a fucking dog. Like, unbelievable defense over this animal. A nonsensical attachment and higher value to an animal than even them own selves. And that's been accepted as okay. But thinking of it like as just a broad thing is wrong. And I don't know. I've always been a very, very rough around the edges kind of person when it comes to that. That's not saying that I went around killing fucking animals either. It's just, if you are around any type of animal that is raised, you have animals that just get old and die. And if you're around that when you're 3 to 4 years old, you just learn to accept that. Like, you only cry about it a couple of times until you're just like, yeah, it died. Oh well. It's the same way I feel about plants in my garden. I have no more likeness. If I didn't, I mean, this is, again, it sounds like an asshole to most people, because so many people are so defensive of dogs and other types of animals, but it's like, if someone tells me that their dog died, it doesn't make me feel any more sad than someone telling me that their plant died. In fact, I probably feel more sad for the plant because the plant has a shorter life cycle on average. Unless it was a tree. Sorry, Hyro. I've said your name a bunch. What are you talking about? I say your name at least 30 times a stream. And again, people are gonna watch this maybe in the future, or whatever. Someone will see it and clip it and be like, look at this asshole, he's like saying that he wants to like fucking kill dogs and shit. And it's like, no. It's like, I understand that people still have a connection to that dog, but I'm not the person with the connection. I don't cry because I see another person cry. In fact, I sometimes get a little bit annoyed by people crying over stuff like that, because, again, I don't really... I always talk about my favorite cat, Chippy, I used to have, but when he died, I didn't cry. He was just old. But he died peacefully. He didn't get run over by a car or something. I can understand people, like, getting emotional over that. But that's like seeing a splat on the ground, so some people aren't ready for that. I've seen... I think I've talked about how there was a girl around here like a month or two ago. You could look it up online. Was in a city close to me. And we just so happened to be driving in the morning with a friend of mine to go fishing. And we came across what looked like just... At first, my friend was like, look at that maimed deer on the side of the road there. And we had like pulled off because it was on this, like, around here on a lot of these dirt roads and stuff like that, you'll have sections of the dirt road which is cut a little bit extra wide for people to be able to pull off onto. If there's like a fishing or nature trail or something like that. And we were like, oh shit, look at that deer carcass. And it turns out it wasn't a deer carcass. It wasn't even close to a deer carcass. It was a lady's carcass that had been freshly maimed like probably an hour or two prior, as there was still like residual heat in the area. And you could smell the like dog. And it was just like pieces. Like bones and stuff like that. Like most of it was torn to bits. It's the first time I'd ever seen that as far as like a human goes. I mean, I had seen a lot of blood, guts, and viscera as a kid. I've even seen some of those weird food items just because I used to have a person at my school who liked like weird shit like that. Like they'd get that offal spread that you can get, and it's just like, and by offal I don't mean like AW, I mean like OFFAL, like offal, which is made of like organs. It's like, I don't understand how people can eat that stuff, dude. I'm native, but I still, like, it needs to be prepared for me. I can't just eat that shit like slimy, nasty entrails. It's just fucking... That's too rough for me, dude. And that's coming from a person who eats a lot of raw stuff. Like, straight, fresh off the ground. But, I don't know, that's a little bit different. For me, anyways. Yeah, my cat's name is Chippo on Monster Hunter because of my cat, Chippy. I used to call him Chippo when he got older because he got so massive that he just looked like a catapotamus. So I just called him Chippopotamus, or Chippo. He wasn't fat, he was just wide, because he was a big cat with gigantism. He was like 32, 31 pounds. Last time he was weighed. I don't have him anymore. When I moved, I gave him to a close friend of mine, and he's still around. He's not like dead yet. I just don't have him anymore. And I don't really have contact with the person because they changed their phone, and I haven't gotten their new number yet. Because I used to live close to them, but I don't anymore. I'm not too worried about it though. He was gonna die pretty soon. He was a 13-year-old cat with gigantism. A cat with gigantism lowers their life expectancy drastically. Especially if it's a male. And he wasn't fixed until he was like 6 years old. Because he never really sprayed on anything. It was always weird. He was a cat that, even though he was male, when one of our cats had kittens, he would actually go, and when the kittens got a little bit bigger, like 3 to 4 weeks, and started getting, like, to be able to move around, he would actually, like, take care of them because the mother cat started to just, like, wander off and be, like, reclusive. He was a really good and smart cat. Another cat that I had for a while, but can't really beat a cat that could knock on a door, was Rusty. My cat Rusty, and he was like this medium-haired orange cat with a long nose and a really long tail. And his fur was just this very odd medium, like velvety consistency, because it had hardly any under fur. It was all like overcoat, but it wasn't long like a Maine Coon. It was like a medium. But Chippy was a smart one. He knew how to... We had a brass knocker on our old house, and he would be able to walk on the railing and flip the knocker on the door to let him inside, because the knocker was loud as shit. And he had seen people do it before to get in, and I guess he just learned.
3 cheers for Jack.
We had to start closing cabinets because he learned how to open cabinets with push buttons on them. He learned how to just press his paw into it, and just it would click open, and he'd just swing it with his paw and get in. Some cats just are really smart like that. Rusty wasn't. He was the kind of cat that literally would just sit for 16 to 17 hours a day. Would get up to eat and drink, get pet, and go back to sleep for another 16 hours. Then my aunt, when I was younger, had a Maine Coon that was really smart. And my cat Chippy adapted a trait from being around that cat where he would sit with it, because they got along really well, and he would sit next to that Maine Coon, and the Maine Coon would do the chattery thing that Maine Coons do at like birds and stuff. And then my cat Chippy started to do it one day, and then he just kept doing it. And then he just started to use that clackety, chirpy thing as his normal means of meowing.
Community college is a valid option. That's all I'm saying.
I hate to just talk about cats for a bunch
then you finish at a
time.
University. Stupid ass interest rates and the stupid ass professors.
I never really had dogs growing up in my actual house. The only dogs I had were at my relatives' houses. My aunt's Dachshund was a really good dog as well. I think her name was Sally. It was either Sally or some S name or something like that. It's been like 15 years, but that little wiener dog was the head of the pack. She had a bunch of other dogs. That dog was the first dog to bark and the last dog to bark. It was always at people's feet. It'd nip you if you were new. It was a mean little thing at first, but then it would get super friendly with you. Then my other aunt had domesticated rats. Like the little pet rats. And they were pretty cool, too. They were the only other pet animal that I was actually interested in getting as a kid. Besides, like, I wanted a dog, but dogs, again, they're like so much more. You have to be active with them. A cat is like passive activity, in a way. A dog is like active. And that's the same thing with like rats, and that's why I didn't want to do it. And again, they're rats, so they put a lot of people off, even though they're very like cute and docile. If you've never seen like a domesticated rat, they look just like little tiny Holstein cows. They come in like a variety of oranges and blacks and whites and stuff like that. And she had a cat too. She had a chartreuse gray cat that would just sleep with the rats. It'd like curl up into a ball, and then the rats would like sleep next to its chest and like huddle up to it to stay warm. Because she just had cold hardwood floors. And you could tell whenever they would come, because they would, you just hear as they'd slide across the floor. Because she'd let them out. They weren't like permanently caged at all. They'd just sort of run around. And they'd sit in your lap and stuff like that. They'd crawl up around onto your shoulder and like sit in your neck area as well. Sometimes they can be a little nippy if you squeeze them a little too hard when you pick them up. It's just a learning curve. It's sort of the same thing with hamsters. You gotta learn that gentle caress when picking them up, or else they will nip you. And it's not because they like think you're trying to aggress them. It's just them being like, you're holding me too hard, bud. A lot of people do that with animals, like when they hold cats. The amount of people who hold cats wrong is bizarre to me. Like, how can you hold an animal that wrong? Like the people who grab a cat by underneath its arms, like it's a baby. Since when do you see a cat be lifted like that? Or supporting itself like that? Some cats don't mind it, I'll be honest with you, but that's more so just because they're tolerating it less or so than it's comfortable. The actual way to pick up a cat is to put their front legs like on your arm, on your like forearm, so that they're like standing up against it, and then to just lift up their rear end and just sort of hold it. And they'll just sort of fall back against you and just sort of rest there, at least if the cat's used to being held properly, because the cat will be able to support itself and it won't feel like it's just being hung there. And that's how you can adopt those cats to be like huggy and shit. The kittens that I gave away at my house, because we had those kittens that I was talking about, and one of them was a cat that I named Nosy, because he was a long-nosed, short-haired white cat. He had a really, really long nose, and he was used as a therapy cat, because when they got him as a kitten, he was such a nice kitten. Like, you could pick him up any which way, you could like hold him upside down, and he'd just go limp with his tongue like hanging out, and stuff like that. He was such an enjoyable cat. And they took him and they made him a therapy cat at one of the local resuscitation like hospitals. Not resuscitation, rehabilitation hospitals. And he goes into people's rooms and just sits on their bed and lets them pet him. He'll like hug them and cuddle up against them and a bunch of other stuff. He has like the big male purr type of purr where it's just like, and you just feel it throughout your whole body, and a lot of people consider that like feeling relaxing. Also, sorry, I wanted to go out for a smoke just then. I'll see you around at Float Cheaps. Peace out, man. And thanks for answering that for me, Hyro. And I'm not saying that in a sarcastic manner, I'm just saying that because I couldn't see it, because I wasn't inside.
Right work. Excuse me. The Concordia People's Fund really needs you. Our membership numbers are too low, so Gabby designed some posters. Would you mind picking them up? They're at our secret base. And if you have a fire weapon, it'll come in handy. You see any posters put up by our rivals? Feel free to burn them down. That squirmy major brownie pulls with the others. Oh, it's locked. Silly me, I have the keys here. But there's no time. Try and break through the skylight.
I mean, you're asking me, like, the laziest of streamers. I don't use, like, any notifications or anything and don't really know much about, like, software to use, so. As much as I'd love to give you advice, unless it's about, like, gardening or random, like, wildlife tips, I can't really help you, man. And that's, again, just me being honest. I may have been streaming for 2 years, but I really don't know much.
Wrote Atlas a letter once, complaining about the lack of responsibly sourced vegan food outlets in town, but she tore it up before she sent it. Nerves. Then she scurried back to her parents' mansion on Venice. I guess some people just are cut out for cutthroat politics. Oh, that sounds violent. Oh, yes! That looks sweet right there. One more to go, but do hurry. Someone just put out biscuits.
No, not that. Don't do that. No, I don't want that. I'm good drive. Oh my god, car, please. And that's how cargo flip. Good job. Do flip. You do good flip. No, no, no. 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 What the hell? There's loot there. Oh my god, and I blew it up next to my car. And then I got in the gunner's seat because I'm a fucking buffoon. I'm a trombone. I'm a tambourine. I'm a triangle. That's actually what I am. Ting!
Gabby said we should put up the posters in the middle of
Ah.
town so people can see them. But
I gotta
then
stop
just
doing
get
that.
torn down. We paid
They don't wanna...
laminated and kiss it framed. Thinking about it, Gabby had a lot of bad ideas. Go back to the bounty board and I'll pay you. Oh wow, you did it! Thank you! Just in time.
Winning.
Karen has just walked in. Oh, hey, Karen! Biscuit! You're gluten-free!
Gluten free. Wait, am I still in that party? I was. Fun fact, for newcomers to the way that I play Borderlands, I use a weird preset. If you notice, my jump's on L1. A lot of people think that's weird at first, until they realize that it means you can aim and jump at the same time with no pause. Sorry, that was probably nauseating, but yeah. It allows you to just be a lot more fluid with your controls. I'm surprised it's not more of a standard already. I know people are so used, like, oh, NES games, you press the A button to jump, and it's like, that's such a long time ago, why that button to jump? It's such a, like, bad place for something that you're going to be using all the time. Really, you could make it RB if you wanted to. I just think left bumper is the most sensible one. I always have my left pointer finger up there, so I don't know. It's just me. When you get used to it and then you go back to other games that force you to use X, you'll realize that how inferior it actually is. I personally wouldn't do it any other way now that I've done it this way.
I'm not to let anyone in through here. Unless, of course, you're here as fresh meat for the recruitment grinder. Then prove yourself worthy of joining Red Belly's band of scabs.
I use right stick for slam as well, so I can slam and aim at the same time. And I just use circle as grenade, because you can press circle and then aim afterwards. Because that's like Twitch aiming. And that's much more reasonable to do.
Those Darksiders love overcharging
if you want to have fluent controls. I don't know, it just feels better that way. As weird as that sounds. Because why do you need to jump when aim down sights anyways? You're just going to go slow, so you're going to aim down sights, then you're going to unaim down sights. I don't know. Again, there's so many reasons why wouldn't you put it as L1? It just made sense to me when I did it. Because I actually did that back on my, like, Krieg streams, I think it was. Because I wanted to be able to jump and throw axes more reliably. Because jumping is important in Borderlands too if you want to avoid certain enemies' attacks. Like Goliaths and shit like that. God damn it, I keep throwing this damn thing. Here, let's use something else. Let's use a bandit assault rifle. Because this is a pre-sequel. Anything is possible. Just watch. I'll kill stuff good. Stuff will get killed goodified. Goodly kills guys of man. See? Told you. I didn't even have to reload. Imagine doing that in Borderlands 2. Using an assault rifle to kill enemies. Wow. What a world. Okay. See ya.
Money is power.
Alright. You know how many more we're gonna come out of the clown car. Let's get the chest that's up here. Ooh.
Which one of you is? This'll be good. I should steal some of this tech.
Get rid of that frost fire. It's pretty bad. I was really just using it for the fact it counts as a cryo Malawan for the sake of Jack's skill called as sponsored. I was gonna say merging, but it's not merging technically. I know, if I could get a glitch. You don't reload often enough. And the reload takes so long, dude.
You have proven yourself worthy, and your initiation is nearly complete. I've updated your echo with the location of,
It has the chance to loop.
Just use this door right here.
The thing is, I was fiddling with the controls and got something stuck in them, so the door's not working right now. But you can still get through the side door. Just give me the password. So I'm here. A noble yet dangerous robot. Alone. Mysterious. Desperate to be
Oh, there we go. We got Amplify. The worst one. It actually takes away from your shield a little bit. Not much, just a little bit. Like 5 or 6. Depending on the shield and gun as well.
Another wannabe gang member. You better know the password. Yeah, that's the password. You're in. Wait a sec, where's that stupid switch?
Ooh.
There you go. Use that to get to the secret entrance.
Oh, this one has the normal loop. Yeah.
What do we got here?
What do we got here, Red?
Oh yeah, like a boss.
That ain't no new recruit, that's for sure.
My thoughts exactly.
Reckon there's only one thing to do, yep.
Grenade jumping expert.
Wait, no! Tear him to pieces!
That's what I meant.
You're weird. Go get him, lads!
Any more? Oh no, it's not bred into Malawan.
Reverse engineering!
No, and that gun reloaded itself. I don't want ammo in you. See, it's so much better when it has the cryo on it. Reload. Alright. Gotta get the loop glitch again. Let's amplify. Shooting my shield away. Well, I'll see you again, Hyro. See you later to see you later. See you to see you later. little later. I don't know why I'm being weird. Stop hitting me with your pity pellets.
1%, suckers!
Oh, it's good to be rich.
Sorry, my best mate in my world's gone missing.
And I could really use some help finding it. I think it was him. Unless it was a her. No, it was definitely him. I think of her name now. Used to call her the Johnny Swagman. He was always such a happy guy. Always had a smile and a song for everyone. Terrible singer he was. Please. She was always going to walk about across the moon and usually came back raving about some crazy thing or other. Can't tell you where he was last seen. Find out. He owes me a drink.
It's like having a machine gun turret on your arm. Why is the money goofing?
Ah, there she is. Looks like he's sleeping. Do you think he's sleeping?
Oh, yeah, no, definitely dead.
Right. Well, see if he left tonight. Check her pockets, will you? Ah, she left an echo. Maybe that'll tell us more about the sorry tale. What do you reckon?
Oh, the things I've seen. I've gone walkabout all the way to Virago Solitude. I've seen an enormous giant billabong. A giant empty billabong with bright purple light shooting out of it. And I heard the deafening silent prayers of an ancient people ringing out from the depths of it. I camped by it, and I sang as I watched as my billy boiled. Then up leapt a jumper.
My
I
billy
grabbed him with
boiled.
glee, and I shoved him in my tucker bag. But then I returned from the distant land, and I went, and I lost it camped not far from here. Blasted Kraggers attacked me. Go find it, Peapot. Then you'll know I speaketh the truth. Check your echo. I'm plumb tuckered out. Reckon I might die now.
Not so jolly now, is he? Sounds like he got moonstroke, poor bugger. He didn't know what he was saying, just wandering around for days losing his mind. I never heard of an empty billabong, and I never heard of no jumper. Sad way for him to go. Still owing me a drink. I expect she'll get over it. Wonder where that tucker bag is. Then, have a look around, see if you can find him. There it is. That jumper. Oh, baby, clever. You never should have gone as far as Virago Solitude.
Yeah. How's that taste? Like that, bud? Lol. Lol. You died. Lol. Lol. You died. Lol. You died. Lol. Lol. You died.
Don't matter. I just found this. The
There
best
we
mate in
go.
all the world sent it to me. It's a tucker bag. Says there's a jumbuck inside. They don't even exist. It's a jumbuck. They do exist. I think it thinks I'm his mum. It's an idiot. I look nothing like it.
I look
Do
nothing
you
like
think
him.
that means there's really a billabong somewhere out there too? A giant empty billabong with bright purple light sitting out of it with deafening silent prayers of an ancient people ringing out from the depths of it? Nah. Thanks for the help, though. Unless there is a giant purple hole with light shooting out of it. You reckon a little fella wants a drink?
What? Excuse-moi. Excuse her.
A smug bolt hunter at the bloody door.
Howard, this is our house.
You blow on our flippin' turrets.
Crank open the front door and get him, Lance.
Welcome to the money zone. Crazy weather around here, huh?
some money.
I was just making sure the music wasn't glitched out, because it glitched out earlier. Why is there no music? Oh, there is music. It's just really ambient. Shouldn't there be combat music? Proper bloody fight. That was the worst weapon I could have chose to try and do that with. What are you fucking nematode
One of you got to do. Give me another jack. 1%, sucker. That's eight.
Who the hell were those weirdos? Oh, whatever. I'm freaking over it. Just turn off the signal.
Oh, it's good to be rich.
Oh, great. It's busted. Head up to the roof. There should be a maintenance console there. Activate it. Awesome. Destroy each of the relays. That'll shut down the friggin' signal.
That's a cool little slide animation. I don't think I've seen that very often. The Mega Splitter. They should have had a laser gun that was like this already. Damn, corrosive damage is better than I thought.
Lights up in the helios. We got security. We got fast travel.
What the flaming heck's going on over there?
It's a good gun.
Override signal just went down.
Who the hell is that?
That's the mayor.
What's up, Rasan? How's it going, man?
Red or Billy? Oh, flip.
The mayor's been working for Sharpenon the entire time. I'll meet you in Concordia. Need to have a talk with this guy.
Like, kill him? Or actually talk?
Calm down. We're not gonna hurt him till we find out what the deal is.
Sorry, I'm not saying much. I'm just tired and I just stretched in a weird way that made me like a little bit lightheaded. And I was like, whoa. Sometimes when I crack my back, you can even hear it on the mic. Sometimes I sit in these awkward positions without realizing it, and it makes my like shoulders and stuff hurt even. I have to like put my hands in the air like I just don't care. Yeah. Do a dumbass dance. Good job. Also a good job.
I paid the guards a stack of cash, so just walk on through security. Then come meet me when I fast travel down.
Have you ever played any Borderlands? I can't remember. I know I've asked you this before, but I'm terrible with memory.
Screw this. Let's go pay him a visit. Like I said, he'll be trigger happy. He's got info. I don't want to hear him gurgle it through blood. He has horrible diction to start with. I'm liking it, but his elevator's still locked.
It's Jack to Jack.
That's just great.
I do have a recording of the Marif talking.
We're just
sex
jacking
to
off.
Serena, the custom bot's favorite squeeze.
Nah, that wouldn't work. Well, remember that recording we got of the Marif and the geisha bot thingy? We could use that to blackmail our way in, maybe.
See, you won't understand why I'm Jack too if you haven't played the game, so this might be a little bit weird. I never really thought about that. It's the first time someone watched this game. They watched someone playing Handsome Jack, or the Doppelganger, because you play as the Doppelganger. That's actually the real Handsome Jack. Now there's even more.
Why don't you tell me all about it? Thank you for your concern, citizen. Rest assured it shall be long. Long live the Marif.
Mox, hit it.
And yeah, that's not the screen or anything. The gun has literally got binary code on it. It's called a glitch gun. I can't just keep throwing it though. I'll have to put on one of my other ones. I'll get a glitch eventually. It's gonna do the thing like it did when I was playing with my friend Hyro earlier, where I'm not gonna get a glitch for like 60 reloads. Oh, why do all my glitch guns have to be TDORs? Wow, that's so bad. What even is the error code on this?
Hey, I'm with you, pal. Word is, he's got another appointment over in Sereno.
Citizens, that was not. That may have sounded like my voice, but I've been impersonated by...
And in case you're wondering, no, guns aren't customizable. They just come the way they are. Sort of like Neo weapons. It's the only way to compare them. I know in like most gun games you get to customize it, but this is, again, it's more akin to different rarities of stuff, if that wasn't already obvious. I mean, anyone who's ever played an RPG will immediately recognize. I'm trying to get the gun to glitch. It's funny how this gun has a... like, the unique property of this gun type isn't...
Seriously? You idiot machine? The officers are off.
Right! That's such a kidder. Up we go!
Apparently this gun just doesn't want to glitch for me. Oh well.
Which one of you will cause the most?
Warning. Trespassing on government property will result in your immediate death. Thank you.
No tours today, sorry. Please execute the shop, right?
That's right. The good guys are here. Go get them. Everybody all right? Sweater?
I thought Drac was an enemy for a second.
I'm not here. I left the building. That's what I did. I'm gone. Look.
I'm using really basic weapons, mostly because I'm trying to take advantage of glitch things on glitch weapons, but it isn't working out too well because the glitch weapons don't want to glitch for me.
I don't really work for someone.
Officer T. Meredith, you are hereby under arrest for violating Alpha's Ethical Code 3110, forbidding unlicensed interplay between... Oh my god! You stole my girlfriend, you need that? Open this door! No! Serena!
Can I get... There we go. Now the gun has a glitch on it.
Jackie! You should have said you were dead. Dead time.
I traced the signal that took down our systems on Helios. Guess what? It came here. Your office.
See, now the gun fires automatically without touching the controller. And it has a chance to not consume a bullet when you fire it. And if you kill an enemy when you're firing, it will give you ammo back in the clip.
I've been thinking. There's a way back to Helios.
I wish I could kill him. Alright.
That was...
Let's get out of here.
Okay, yeah. Where was I? All right, my awesome master plan. Taking the fight to Helios is gonna need an army, so... we make one. Head down to Springs, I'll explain on the way. I'm gonna stay here, gonna go through that Marif stuff. We're making a freaking robot army, baby. Hell yeah. Shopping list simple. Some serious combat chassis and top-of-the-line military AI to run them. Word is, Springs is a lady for the AI. Hey, Mox, you know where I can build me some kick-ass robot bodies?
Since that giant laser's gonna kill, well, everyone, I know who might be willing to scout around for hardware. Let me talk to them and get back to you.
Sounds good. Let's hustle, people. We got a loop.
Yeah, he happened to join at like one of the slowest parts of the game. Oh, we got a red glitch.
Man, that laser just keeps on going.
Moxie said you're after some military AI. Big sauce. But your best bet's a mate of mine.
A little ankle biter by the name of Pickle lives in the Outlands. He's almost impossible to reach, mind, but I can help with that. Take the scrambler.
I'm trying to avoid using this weapon, because this weapon's too good.
Well, you're all so pretty.
Right.
Now, I'll upload coordinates of an old dial garage to your Echo.
A grinder. Actually, do I want to grind the pepper box? It's such a rare version of a gun. Grind them. Damn it. Wait, can you do the glitch with a doll? We never had a doll.
Or something.
Pyro.
I don't know. Got it.
I'll have to try. I'm pretty sure it's you, seeing as I haven't played Monster Hunter World in like a week.
On foot, but I can help you out with. Ready for it? A Stingray. It's
I don't know why.
They're not much to look at, but Moxie
it would be me.
Design, so now they
he knows I'm sick of Monster Hunter recently.
Problem is, Stingrays aren't easy to get your meat hunts on. So happens that
your meat hunts
came my way. It's supposed to unlock digistructing at the old Dial garage on Cemetery. Once you unlock a Stingray there, I'll fix it so all moon zoomies are Stingrayed up.
I'll drown you in a sea of chiseled jaws!
Come on, give me a glitch. Give me yellow glitch. I just want to test. Come on, do it. Give to me. You know you want to. Hey, fuck off, bud. Eat a shit-covered dick pickle. Hyro, I told you, you haven't played it that much. You think you have, but you actually haven't. Trust me, once you start hitting that 1,500 hour mark with the game, you'll know it. You'll feel it. You'll feel it in your bones. Come on, give me the yellow glitch once, please. I beg of thee. Geef. You know you want to. You know it. You haven't given me a glitch once. I swear the rate at which a weapon glitches is based on how much you've killed with it or something. Because there's no way that I am this unlucky. Going through all my ammo, dude. I'm bound and determined. I will see a glitch from this glitch gun. You see this luck? You see how unlucky I am, Hyro? I might get good loot drops, but weapons never do what they need to do for me. We're closing in on 100 rounds that I've fired out of this thing. It's got loop 4 and multi-shot 4. Don't break my games. This is actually ridiculous. The unluckiest man alive. There we go. See, I swear it's kill related. As soon as I started getting kills with it, I got a glitch. But I don't want multi, I want loot. Loot me up inside. Loot me up. Can't loop up. Alright. No. It only works with Jacob sniper rifles, apparently. Well, that took forever to test for no fucking reason. We gotta find the Jacob's glitch sniper rifle. Did all of that for that much satisfaction. Satis lattice. I got it all for your lettuce. That's good.
Now you're on a stingray, you can jump back, no worries. Probably. Nice. I've told Pickle you're coming. Disco me.
I know now what I didn't know not before.
Vault Hunter, this is Colonel Zarpedon of the Lost Legion. Soon Elpis will be rubble. I will be dead from the
Bugger off,
and most of those living on Pandora below. I've seen you fight, and I respect your skill. If you agree to leave now, I will send you an interstellar ship. We will not follow you. Think it over.
I am sorry. That means nothing to me. Years of Atlas training.
No, get your grenade off my Rhaenys. Oh, first try. Ooh. Ooh. Do that, Haro. You want to act like you're better at video games than me? Do that, bud. Do that. Swang in, just first try it. Wow, enemies are kicking you in the ass. Pyro, you're the one who always brings it up. I'm just making a joke. You saucy, like, middle-aged woman. Tell me a life story, bud. I can barely understand a word you're saying, dude. You gotta speak up. What? Why isn't combat music playing? Hold on, bud. I need more eyes. Hyro, you're never gonna win in life with that attitude. That's the attitude of a failure. You always gotta win, win, win no matter what. Got honey on your mind. Keep bees no matter what. Bzz. Hyro, you're just Hyro. That's what you do. You shooby-doo. Shooby-dooby-dooby-doo. Is this guy saying words? Are they like words? What? Excuse me, dude, but you have like 1 HP and that is not okay. I can't even... Like, that is actual 1 HP. That is actual, not even a joke, 1 HP. I swore this game had more music. Unless my music is just glitched out. Where is the music in these zones? Why does this guy not have any dance music? Bye, guy. I punched him to death, and he exploded violently.
It's Jack, right? I'm Roland. Moxie dropped me a line. Said you need a hand building robots. My, colleague Lilith and I spotted some old dull industrial complexes dotted around the area. A scout around might solve your hardware problem. We'll let you know.
Sounds good. Back on me when you got something.
Hyro only likes him because he likes Claptrap.
Whoa. Things they got over there look bang tidy. Here to help. If the price is right.
Hyro, you'd hate if you had to live with a Claptrap. Let's just imagine for a second
Good to meet you.
Hey, what's up, kid?
Spring says you're trying to get your mitts on some
that a
rich
Claptrap
real
is a real thing.
Well, it's your lucky day.
And you had one in
can
your
have
house.
each one from the Drakensberg. I hear the bosun and the skipper.
But they're always a fuck up. We always do shit wrong.
Nifty intelligences of the artificial
Like Hyro, for example, when you were hungry
Trouble is,
earlier.
It's not like you can just walk right up to
Instead
the
of the
place and ask
robot
to
being
have an
more
hour.
quieter,
I don't know about
he's even more noisy, makes a mess with the sandwich, and then comes back to you with an inedible sandwich.
I'm updating your record with the most direct
That's
route
Claptrap.
Truth is, I've had my eye on that wreck for a while, and you going in for a bit of a look-see would let me do a bit of shopping myself.
Plus he's like a robot, so he's got like grease hands.
I do not understand
More grease than a human.
Boy sounds like a child.
And human grease isn't toxic. The scav slaughter? Yeah, I do that every time. I didn't do it that time, but I don't get anything for it, so I do it in normal mode.
Drakensberg's a juicy wreck,
Later
all right.
difficulties, I normally don't do it.
Don't you know? They stuffed with tech I could half-inch pinch. The bosun and skipper have been good at keeping me out, but now you're here. That's about to change.
You thought you were gonna kill me, game. You weren't aware that I am a freaking ninja. You'll need to try harder next time. I don't give a shit, Hyro. I'm really tired. Eat my nobbins. Tenderoni, tenderoni, give me the Nobleroni. You just, Hyro, you're not fast enough. You're just simply not fast enough. Be better than Hyro. That's the real inspirational quote of the day. Pyro, you found the glitch. I'm just talking trash to you because you're trying to talk trash to me, boy. Don't double whammy my tickle pickle. Hey, fuck off, dude. I'm like trying to roll up a bag of chips here. Eat my dangle. Eat my neck dangle. Haru, shut the fuck up. You fucking nerd. I'm gonna clip that.
Ex-Star warship and all that, crashed before the Kraken, is what they say. Now a bunch of ripe-smelling scabs live there, led by the bosun and his friend, what's called the Skipper. Not that anyone knows what she looks like, which makes your head scratch. Anyway, find a way inside, and don't be shy to say hello to the locals on the way.
Oh no, Hyro, not another meal. Please. Oh, the god, that means he's worse. No, I don't want another Emil. Dude, so like Fortnite.
Trouble. How about you leave now and the bosun won't tear you to pieces? What do you say?
Ha! Called it, didn't I?
Great. Wonderful.
Glad you asked. The bridge has a manual override nearby. I'm uploading its location to your echo.
Is that the squealing little thief pickle I hear? If you're with him, I've got half a right to let you over.
Sorry, I shouldn't have done that so close to the mic.
Listen, you and the kids should stay away. That was your one warning.
Yes, I just clapped. Actually, well, I technically didn't clap because it was me slapping my forearm, but yes. I did it because I have something in my eye and I'm doing like one of those things where you like do the arm flail, and it was just the, I don't know, it was the thing that my brain wanted to do like little baby claps, because it was like the sand in the eye, it was like dirt in the eye or whatever. You know, you just do those weird things and you just have no explanation for them other than I did it. I did it. I mean, I can't say I didn't. I did it.
I think our definitions of right might be diametrically opposed.
The methane pumping station was shut down after the crackling. Explains why there weren't no methane in the reservoirs. We need to reactivate.
See, yeah, that's the opposite kind of person.
And by we, I mean you.
Teaching's different than knowing. One second. Hopefully my controller doesn't disconnect. All right. No, Hyro, he's not like me. I was never the person who said that they were smarter than the teacher. There's something called experience, and even a dumb person with more experience is better than a smart person with no experience. Perfection comes with time. My grandfather used to drive old, like, machinery, like the giant water trucks and Mack trucks, and then before he passed away and retired, or retired and then passed away, sorry, that was like weird grammar, but anyways, that's not important. The last thing he drove was like a small trailer Mack truck. It wasn't like one of the full-size 18-wheelers. It was like one of the little bit smaller ones. And I don't know, most people don't realize how like intricate gearing is on those. And that's why when you hear those things come to a stop and then accelerate again, they have to go up like twice to 3 times as many gears as a normal car. Because they have to go up like 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5. And they have these little gears for like low end and, low gear and high gear and stuff like that. But he couldn't spell his own daughter's name, being my mother. He couldn't spell it. He'd always spell my mother's name like a man. It was weird because he couldn't read a lot of street signs, but he knew how to navigate maps. That was another thing that was like just weird. He couldn't read, but he could, like, he knew how to look at a map and just be like, I'm here. He was like, no clue how he knew. Because he couldn't read or write. Like I said, he couldn't spell most of his own kids' names right. And it's so weird too because my grandmother was someone who worked at a newspaper. At least on my mother's side. My dad's side is completely different. It's where you go into the native history and stuff like that.
Only 6 more years till my contract's up, and it's back to being ugly and poor. Can't wait!
hear what sounds like a fire alarm. One second. Sorry, I was trying to figure out what that beeping noise was. But it's down the road some ways. I thought it was closer, but that's just because it's so quiet out at night. It's like a beep, 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 pause. Beep, 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 pause. Sounds exactly like a common fire alarm. Or like a security alarm. Maybe there was a break-in at one of the stores or buildings.
I should be at home with Mom, not hanging out on the moon getting shot at. Stupid student loans.
Wait, are there people attacking me? No. Good. Sorry, I'm trying to take a toke, but I got, like, sidetracked by hearing that alarm. I know it's none of my business. Like I said, it's not mine, but it's just bizarre to hear it at 4 a.m. in the morning. That normally probably means it was a break-in. Oh yeah, I'll see you, Hyro. I'm only gonna play for like another 30 minutes or so anyways. Damn it, I did the noob mistake.
I know what you're up to, kid. Probably won't work if I think we're both out of bullets.
Back up!
Ouch, mate! Keep it up! Before you listen through, get to the methane treatment plant and transfer it. Try to see what the deal is.
Hello, Luca. I just walked out this way, but it's not letting me go back through. Alright. I need ammo for that.
Well, you're all so pretty. See how you deal with lots of me.
I'm alright. I'm just a little bit tired because I've been playing for a while. And since I normally play late at night after I've been up, it makes me even more tired. That and I suck at talking and playing at the same time. Got him.
Hey, not so rough.
No, it doesn't even let me through there. It's so weird. Alright, Hyro, peace out. Oh, how did that backwards momentum happen? Well,
Investing.
turd nuggets. Also, I don't need likes and subscriptions. I'm not trying to get popular on YouTube. As much as I appreciate it, I'm sure there are other people who are actually trying to make a job out of this that would appreciate it more. That's just me being honest. Oh my god, these jet fighters. I need my corrosive gun again. Dang it.
Which one of you is least crap?
I have 3 lasers equipped. 3. 1, 2, 3. Where the fuck did they go?
One of you got to go. Oh, I should steal some of this cash.
I'm only a little. Deathly, completely afraid of them.
Fuck, I forgot.
Compound interest. Surprising no one. Reverse engineer. you, Red.
Why, what? I can't even remember what I said, to be honest. Like I said, I'm so tired. I'm not going to be playing for much longer. I just wanted to do this last quest.
You asked for it. After that last lot of losers, you better send someone a bit harder. Good point. Just send out Venus and his men to find the Vault Hunter to busy dust. Was already on it.
Stop giving them good advice!
Soz, got a bit carried away.
Not making an ice spot, not this time.
Well, I don't know. He always asks questions like that. Don't worry about it. It's not like he's trying to do anything. He's just a 17-year-old dude.
This'll be good. Hyperion forever.
What am I paid you for? Punish the Vault Hunter!
I must always forget about the chest here. Good at what, the game? I keep dying.
That's marvellous. Now, get back to the bridge and turn on the main flow.
My best men will gladly meet you there, Vault Hunter, to boil you in the juices of their skill.
You're creepy, mister. I thought the last ones we killed were your best men.
No, we've got more.
Oh, right.
That's a fun smell. Not a badass.
So you can find that AI you need.
You know you've got no chance, Vault Hunter. I got an army and you got a precocious little asshole. Drakensburg is mine, not yours. You can pour as many liquid farts into the ground as you want.
Liquid farts.
Get you a single step closer to my domain.
Here, you know what? You know what?
Reverse engineering! I gotta call my browser guy. Holy crap, I'm sick! Gun manufacturers ain't so bad.
The power of a level 6 gun.
Oh, it's good to be rich.
Using a glitch to make it stronger, of course. And done. Well, at least for me on the stream. I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Now, I wanted to farm some more glitch guns next time I played as well. So next time I play I might get up to like 40 or 41 and then do the Claptrap DLC again. But we'll see. Peace out, everyone.